In this chapter, we're going to discuss the use of iterators. An iterator is an object that allows you to traverse a sequence of data, such as a list or a dictionary or a tuple, for example. But it also applies to files. So in this lesson, we're going to just discuss in general what iterators are, and I'm going to do it by demonstrating some code without actually executing it. I just want to show you visually how iterators work. And then in the next lesson, we'll actually create an iterator or a couple of iterators. So first of all, we need a sequence of data of some type. So let's create a list. So we have a list and we want to display each element of the list. So one way to do that would be to write a for loop. So let me write that out real quick. So what happens when we execute the for loop is that internally an iterator is created. And this object automatically points at the first element of the sequence, in this case the list. And so in the for loop, the iterator points at 1, and that 1 is stored in number. And then we print number, then we move back up. The iterator moves to the next element, stores it in number, and then displays it. Then the iterator moves to the next element, stores it in number, then displays it. Then the iterator moves to the next element, stores it in number, then displays it. Then it moves to the next element, stores it in number, and then prints it. Then the iterator is able to know that it's at the end of the sequence after the number 5, so then it stops and control is transferred to the first statement outside of the for loop. So while the for loop is controlling the iterations, the iterator is actually controlling the traversal through the list. So at a high-level abstract view, that's how iterators work. So what I'd like to do now is move on to the next lesson where we're going to actually create our own explicit iterator and use that to move through a list. Then we'll create another iterator and use it to move through a file. And we're going to see how to do that in the next lesson.